In this new lesson of our commercial refrigeration course, we are going to evaluate the most common replacements for R404A. Let us begin by saying that the refrigerant R404A was for many years one of the most widely used fluids in commercial and light industrial refrigeration, especially in display cases, cold rooms, preservation chambers, freezer rooms, ice machines, and refrigerated transport equipment. Its popularity was due to the fact that it provided excellent refrigeration capacity in medium and low temperature applications, worked with polyester oil, and offered very stable performance. However, its high global warming potential, with a GWP close to 3922, has led to increasingly strict restrictions in many countries, driving its replacement with more modern refrigerant blends that maintain similar performance but with significantly lower environmental impact and, in many cases, better energy efficiency. You can access our complete course in the description of this video. When dealing with an existing system that has already been operating with R404A, the most commonly used replacements are R448A, marketed by Honeywell as Solstice N40, and R449A, marketed by Chemours as Opteon XP40. Both were specifically developed to replace R404A and R507A in existing systems and are currently the most recommended options for retrofit applications, since they allow the use of the same compressor, the existing POE oil, and most of the system components. In addition, they reduce the GWP to approximately 1273 in the case of R448A and 1397 in the case of R449A, representing a reduction of more than 60% compared to R404A. R448A can be used in medium and low temperature applications with approximate evaporating temperatures ranging from -45 degrees Celsius to +10 degrees Celsius. That is, from -49 degrees Fahrenheit to +50 degrees Fahrenheit. It is used in freezer rooms, cold storage rooms, refrigerated display cases, ice makers, and supermarket systems. One of its main advantages is that it usually reduces compressor discharge temperature by 5 to 15 degrees Celsius compared to R404A, which decreases thermal stress on the lubricating oil and on the motor windings, helping to extend compressor life. It is also common to observe a reduction in system energy consumption, especially in low-temperature applications. Since it is a zeotropic blend with a glide of approximately 6 to 7 degrees Celsius, it is essential to adjust superheat using the dew point temperature. After the conversion, it is normally necessary to recalibrate the thermostatic or electronic expansion valve and, in some cases, slightly reduce the refrigerant charge compared to the original R404A value, starting with approximately 90 to 95% of the original charge, and then optimizing according to operating conditions. In capillary tube systems, it is generally not necessary to change the capillary tube during the initial stage because the pressures and capacities are relatively similar. However, if excessive superheat, low capacity, or insufficient refrigerant return is observed, it may be necessary to modify the capillary tube length or diameter to optimize performance. R449A has a very similar application range, from -45 degrees Celsius to +10 degrees Celsius, that is, from -49 degrees Fahrenheit to +50 degrees Fahrenheit, and is used in practically the same applications as R448A. It is one of the most widely used refrigerants for retrofitting R404A systems due to its excellent availability and performance very close to the original refrigerant. It has a glide of approximately 5 to 6 degrees Celsius, so it is also necessary to use dew point temperatures and bubble point temperatures to perform adjustments correctly. In many systems, it provides improved energy efficiency and a moderate reduction in discharge temperature. The refrigerant charge is usually slightly lower than that of R404A, and it is recommended to start with 90 to 95% of the original charge and then adjust according to subcooling and superheat. In systems with expansion valves, it is common that only a readjustment of the regulating screw is required, while in capillary tube systems, the same expansion device can usually be maintained if the system shows stable performance. R452A, commercially known as Opteon XP44, can operate with evaporating temperatures between -40 degrees Celsius and +10 degrees Celsius, that is, between -40 degrees Fahrenheit and +50 degrees Fahrenheit. It is frequently used in refrigerated transport and in some stationary systems where performance very similar to R404A is desired. Its capacity and pressures are close to those of the original refrigerant, so in many cases the charge can remain between 95 and 100% of the original charge. The conversion is usually relatively simple and normally does not require major modifications to the capillary tube or expansion valve, although superheat, subcooling, and compressor discharge temperature must always be checked. You can access our complete course in the description of this video. R407A can mainly be used in medium temperature applications, with recommended evaporating temperatures approximately between -25 degrees Celsius and +10 degrees Celsius, that is, between -13 degrees Fahrenheit and +50 degrees Fahrenheit. Although some manufacturers show lower ranges, in practice it is not usually recommended for severe freezing applications because it develops significantly higher discharge temperatures than R448A and R449A. At very low evaporating temperatures and high compression ratios, it can produce excessive compressor overheating, accelerated lubricating oil degradation, and increased thermal stress on internal components. Due to its relatively high glide, it also requires careful expansion valve adjustment and correct interpretation of pressure-temperature charts. In certain systems, it may produce a slight reduction in refrigeration capacity and an increase in pull-down time, meaning the time required to reach the target temperature. For this reason, R407A is generally considered more suitable for preservation applications, refrigerated display cases, and medium-temperature cold rooms rather than deep freezing applications. The initial charge is usually between 90 and 95% of the original charge, and it is recommended to constantly monitor oil return, superheat, and compressor discharge temperature. You can access our complete course in the description of this video. R407F can mainly be used in medium temperature and moderate low temperature applications, normally with evaporating temperatures ranging approximately from -30 degrees Celsius to +10 degrees Celsius, that is, from -22 degrees Fahrenheit to +50 degrees Fahrenheit. It offers good refrigeration capacity and acceptable energy performance, but it is known for generating high discharge temperatures in low-temperature applications, especially when operating with high compression ratios. In certain deep freezing systems, additional measures may be required to control discharge temperature, such as reducing superheat, improving condenser ventilation, or even using additional compressor cooling systems. For this reason, many technicians prefer to avoid using R407F in extremely low evaporating temperature applications.